Feed Garden. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 341 of the Shower Podcast, the podcast where I'm in my shower and you do you. I'm your host, Chip, and this is the second episode of the usual couple of the Weekend Drop, the shorter, easier version of the Shower Podcast, where in one episode, I can try to give you a simple idea that you can carry into the weekend. Before we start, as usual, if you end up liking this episode, remember that liking and subscribing really mean a lot for me. They're just one click, but they really make the difference. Thank you very much for considering it. Today, we're talking about your inputs, the feeds you let into your head. Think of your attention like a garden. If you never pull weeds, they take the water and the light. But if you never plant, you don't get anything worth harvesting. Today, we prune 5 and plant 3. A lot of feeds are designed to maximize time on site, not truth or usefulness. That matters because the more noise you consume, the less room you have for signal. And there's solid research here too. One large study from MIT by Vosahi Roy and Aral found that false news spreads faster and further online than true news, driven by novelty and emotion. Separate work by Alcott and Getskov showed that stepping back from a major social platform for a short period improved reported well-being and freed measurable time. The takeaway isn't go live in a cave. It's that the default purpose of these platforms doesn't serve your goals by default. If you want better thinking, you need a better diet. So, start by the pruning. Open one feed you use a lot, be it social media, news, videos, newsletters, whatever works for you. And notice what your body does as you scroll. Do you tense up? Do you leave feeling informed or just provoked? Anything that repeatedly leaves you wired, irritated, or empty is a weed. Unfollow it, mute it, or unsubscribe. If that feels drastic, hide it for a week and see if you miss it. Most of the time, you won't. What you'll miss is the reflex to open something when you're bored. When the weed is gone, the reflex weakens. You've reclaimed a little surface area where something better can grow. So, let's proceed with the planting. Choose 3 high signal sources that point your attention in the direction you care about. Not accounts that flood you, but voices that teach you. It might be a writer who builds arguments with evidence, a researcher who explains findings clearly, or a podcast like this one. Pin those sources where your thumb goes first. If a platform lets you make lists, put them at the top and visit those lists intentionally. When you feel the old muscle memory, the tab that used to take you to the slot machine, let it take you instead to the garden you've built. Curation isn't a one-time purge. It's seasonal. Every week or two, do a quick walkthrough. Ask, what made me better? What just made me busy? Promote the former and retire the latter. And plant one new seed to keep discovery alive. Over time, the feel of your day changes. You still get news, but without the jitter. You still get entertainment, but it doesn't swallow the afternoon. You still see the other people's highlights, but they don't drown out your own work. So, here's your weekend drop challenge. Sometime today, prune 5 and plant 3. 5 unfollows, mutes, or unsubscribes that lower the noise. 3 new high signal sources that align with what you're building. Pin them, and for the next week, visit your garden on purpose, once or twice a day. Then close the gate. After 7 days, check how you feel and what you learn with the same amount of time. Having said that, that was all for today. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Weekend Drop. If you made it so far, feel free to interact with this content in any way, shape, or form you like, by liking, sharing, subscribing, whatever works for you works for me. And as usual, stay consistent, stay resilient. This was the Shower Podcast, and I'll see you tomorrow.